My name is Reverend Karen LeBlanc. I got started with this church actually working in the kitchen. My sister and I got hired to do coffee hour, to just like make the coffee and nibbles and so forth, and I had no idea what Unitarian Universalism was. And then I started meeting the smartest, most amazing, funny, cool people, and I wanted to know what the heck was going on in that sanctuary that gathered all these amazing folks. So I came to a service one Sunday, and that was it. I was sold, and I decided I was gonna quit my job and become a member instead. And I just clawed my way to the top from there. Well, we've got over 300 years, so that would be a whole separate video in itself, but our congregation was founded in 1708. This is the third church building that we've had in New Bedford. This was built in 1838. I'm not sure how much, there's a lot of history. Gosh, I don't even know what else to say. So we're the church that whaling built, put it that way. A lot of whaling money from Quakers came into our church. So there was a big Quaker schism here at some point, and a lot of them joined our church. So we were always considered like the rich people's church. If you read the original layout of these pews and who owned them at the time, because you didn't used to own, your pews were deeded and you bought them. It reads like a layout of the names of city streets right now, because they all came to church here. Happy to have the actual mission statement. Our mission is to encourage diversity and mutual acceptance, and to work for positive change in ourselves and our community. That's our mission statement. I think our mission now is to sort of let people in on this secret that there is a church for people who don't really like church. And that this is a place for spiritual seekers, and we have atheists and humanists and Christians and pagans and Buddhists and Jews and Hindus that can come and practice here comfortably. Because everyone is on their own spiritual path, and we're sort of just like a place where everyone can walk that path together and be supported on their path, wherever it happens to lead. Okay, so usually we have our music director, Randy Fayen, who plays the organ up there, our flentrop, and the piano, as well as several different other instruments that he will bring occasionally. He does the music. We gather in the morning, we light our chalice, we greet each other. One of the kids usually lights the chalice for us. We've got some readings, we sing some hymns. We share our joys and concerns with each other, come up and light candles for that, so that we can sort of keep abreast of what each other are going through if we want to share it, you know. And we're thankful to have a place where people feel safe enough to be able to share what they're going through, or their best day, you know, whether it's their worst day or their best day, that they feel comfortable here sharing that with us. Our sermons are usually on the more intellectual side, but we also, at least I also, always try to bring it back to making people feel better, because I think when you go to church, it should be someplace that lifts you up, and you should walk out of there feeling better than you did when you walked in. So it's a very heavy music service, so if you really like music, definitely you'll enjoy it. And I notice it also brings people to a more focused place when they have these nice long pauses between readings where they're not singing a hymn, they're just listening to a lovely piece of music. And I think that goes far in giving you that spiritual experience that everyone can relate to, no matter what you believe, even if you don't believe in anything. Wow, all kinds of community involvement. So we have our thrift store in the basement, of course, and anyone that's in real need can come in and say, hey, you know, we need something. We just had a house fire. So we will help in that aspect, of course, but just having a thrift store for the local community is great. We have, over the years, we've had a domestic violence vigils here. We have the annual Frederick Douglass Readathon, where we read his whole book in one afternoon, and that's very powerful. We are joining up with the LGBTQIA Center that's about to be built, well, that's being recovered across the street, restored. That isn't in there yet, but we can't wait to work close with them because we've always worked very closely with the LGBTQ community. Let's see, what else do? We have a great active social justice committee that has, gone out into the community and given out backpacks to the unhoused folk downtown. We're trying to build a better community cupboard that we have outside with stuff from our pantry in it, and we want to, when we actually went down and asked some of our unhoused folk like what they really needed, we were very surprised to learn that what they really needed was somewhere to charge their cell phones. It's a real, lifeline for most people that don't have anything else but this, people to contact them through that phone. So we're building a Power to the People station outside. That's one of our projects that's going on. Let's see, we do have the indoor pantry, so if people knock on the door at the office, they can say, hey, we need a bag of groceries, can you help us out? And we'll absolutely do that. It's amazing how, we always get people coming to the door and just saying, hey, I just need to talk to someone. Or do you have any food cards? That kind of stuff. We give out food cards if we have the money to. That comes from a special fund. What else do we do? We've done a lot. Before we had this pantry, all the kids in the religious education program would put all the food that people would donate in and bring it over to PACE, where they have another food pantry. I've worked with the Community Action for Better Housing. We go to protests, members of the church, you'll find them at protests for better housing, for rent control, for Black Lives Matter. We've opened up our corner after George Floyd's death. We hosted that corner and said, please show up here every day to protest. We're open to everything we can possibly. Oh, Waltz, what's it called, Jessica? Waltz Mobile Closet's going to be here next week, and that's a great organization that helps out women in need. We basically open our doors to anyone who has a great idea that will help the community. We are always there to go, absolutely, let's do this. Well, boy, I hope it keeps growing. For one thing, our church actually is growing, which is not a lot of churches can say that these days. It's hard to keep people, it's hard to get people in. People have been kind of about church, between, of course, some abuses that happen in churches, and people just having the wrong idea of what church can be. Like I said, I never knew church could be like this until I walked into this place and was like, wow, this is different. This is real, and I don't feel like I'm being, forced to believe something that I'm kind of hanky about. It's more like you bring your beliefs here, and we'll do it together. But in the next 5 years, I really hope, like I said at the beginning, that people realize what kind of church this is, and will come in and actually become part of this beloved community that is here to take action. That people that are interested in social justice, we just want to keep expanding our social justice committee to work bigger and better in cooperation with the folks around us in our neighborhood, and just be there for each other for all the crazy going on in the world. I hope that people are drawn to this place because of it. But of course, we've got a giant castle in the middle of downtown New Bedford, younger people. And I'm loving that more young people are coming here and going, oh my gosh, like, this is cool. I want to be part of this. And the other younger people here kind of snatch them up and go, yeah, this is cool. Come and hang out with us and talk to us and realize what we've got going here is cool, and we're really enjoying it. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the new super cool place for all the young kids to come and gather and have a good time. Find a good practice and practice it. what are you passionate about? What you're passionate about is what you should take out into your community and do, because if you're passionate about it, then it's not going to get boring. It'll always be something that's inspiring to you, and if it's inspiring to you and you go out and do it, you will inspire others. And inspiration and positivity are absolutely contagious things, I think. And once you get out there and start doing stuff, I think you feel better, you make people around you feel better, and that just, it spreads like, you know, like a virus, like a happy virus. And I think we need more of those kinds of things that just inspire people to be creative or be passionate or be dedicated. So pick a practice and practice it.